still alive. We think she's still sane. It's all that matters, my gosh.
Sure. We're on the way to Florida right now to celebrate her birthday.
And we've only made 2 poop stops.
Within 30 minutes of each other.
But then again, we've only been on the road for about 2 hours.
No, like about 4 hours.
So yeah, it's definitely been an interesting year.
I said it earlier in a post. It was both long and short and hard and effortless. That's how I see it. First year of motherhood.
Yeah, it's definitely been a little bit of everything all mixed in. Since 11 months, we've got now, I think at the last tuck, she had 3 teeth.
I can't remember. She has 6 now, right?
Yeah, they've kind of all just jumped out together at the same time.
She likes to bite more now because of that.
And she grinds her teeth.
Yeah.
So it's
Annoying.
I've kind of been like trying to get rid of the pacifier, but when she grinds her teeth a lot, I'll stick the pacifier in there to keep her from grinding her teeth. So I guess maybe some more teething toys are going to be in order when she does it, so that way, we don't want her messing up her teeth from the pacifier for too long. So got to explore some new options. She is now drinking milk, but we have to put sugar-free chocolate syrup in there.
A little bit.
Just a little
Just for
bit.
the taste.
Yeah, I don't think she enjoys the taste of milk.
She has fully transitioned to the sippy cups 2 weeks ago. I think is when we really started it. Kind of felt sad because I couldn't even remember the last time she used those training bottles. And she drinks out of a straw now too.
Yeah, so we went from the rubber nipple sippy cup to the hard plastic tipped sippy cup, and then after about a day of making a mess, she's become a straw pro now. Sometimes she'll drink a little bit too much too quickly and cough or choke on it a little bit, but she's got it figured out now, so that's good. So really we use the thing that I was happy about her using the straws was that when we transitioned to milk, until we kind of figured out, even with the chocolate, it's like she drinks it in the morning and drinks it at night, but it's hard to get her to drink it during the day. So of course, obviously we're concerned about hydration, but she enjoys drinking out of the straw, so we're able to at least get some
juice
and water through the cup with the straw, so hydration isn't.
We also didn't realize we were over giving her milk, like overfeeding her milk, until Rafael was researching, and turns out kind of like we're giving her almost double the amount that she needs. That's probably why in the middle of the day she would reject it a lot.
Yeah, because when I first looked into the transition to milk, there was a lot of things that was saying they'll still take milk like they were feeding, but obviously they're going to eat food for those other nutrients. And that's all I did. I just a quick scan when I was really looking at like how to properly transition from formula to milk. And when I looked a little bit deeper into it, they said that they only drink like 16 to 24 ounces of milk a day. In formula, she was drinking what, like 28 ounces. So
28, 30.
So really 16 ounces is the baseline amount for milk. So by drinking 8 ounces at night and 8 ounces in the morning, she was already drinking 16 ounces of milk. So you really shouldn't have been so concerned about her not drinking milk during the day, especially as she's hydrating with water and juice. But we're good now. She's back on a decent schedule for all of that. Her diapers have increased significantly when it comes to number 2, now that it's more solids and milk versus just the formula being the majority of her diet. So be prepared for that. So on her first birthday, she threw her first fit.
The day before her first birthday.
Was it the day before? Yeah, so it started with she was sitting on Lola's lap and wanted Lola's glasses. And then Lola took her glasses away from her and she started her fit. Well, then she got a hold of her hair detangling spray, and I took that away, and she started her fit again. So she didn't throw herself on the ground, but as standing up and holding on, she would thrust her body while so
Grunting.
she officially threw her first tantrum. So those, I'm sure, will only get better with time.
Just become an expert at it.
She did say mama a couple times as we coach her through it. So that's good. Definitely a lot of more sounds and consonants
And she likes to play this game now where she's like and then the other person would go as well, and she's like again, and
and she's like having conversations now.
She likes to sing along.
She'll go on a long rant. When you're singing, she'll sing.
She'll hum along or
She stops and claps for praise when you praise her, so she definitely fully understands. You know, we went from having to clap her hands for her, saying clap, and she'd do it once, to saying clap, clap, clap repeatedly and her do it. And now if you give like a yay, praise or good job or something, she'll clap her hands. So she's getting more comfortable with highs and buys.
blowing the kiss.
Yeah, and blow kiss. But of course, you know, we do it extravagantly, so we well, she takes that as but she does understand it's like, you know, blowing somebody a kiss. And now she starts smacking her lips. Sometimes it looks like she's doing it in the way of kisses, because after you kiss her, she'll do it. But also when she's eating, she does it. So we got to start working her out of that.
I'm noticing a lot in her personality too, that when there's something new that she's experiencing, she would approach it in a very cautious manner. Like yesterday we did her smash cake. I was expecting her to just pick up the cake and just put her face in it. She's very, not daintily, because my daughter is never dainty, but just very careful, worked around it. She has baby gym on Sundays, and every time there's a new activity, she's always just like, okay, trying to figure it out, cautious. But then, you know, she'll end up doing the activity. Still doesn't really care about walking on her own as much, right?
Yeah, but she does it a lot better now. Like
Sideways.
before, you would have to like drag her feet along the ground before she would stand up, but now I can stand in front of her, hold her hand, say up a few times, and she'll stand up and take more steps. But as far as moving from one place to another, she'll crawl. She will. So we got like a plastic Adirondack chair for her. She'll walk pushing that along, and also
The shopping cart.
The shopping cart walking toy that rolls. She'll walk with that too, but it's not her preferred mode of transportation. Still, she stands on her own much better now. I would probably say like 10-15 seconds maybe. And not fall, but she'll just hold on to whatever she was holding on to before. But some of that is while she's standing, she can stand on her own while clapping or holding a cup. So where her center of balance might be off, she can still do that on her own. So we did a small cake on her birthday, just so that way she could experience cake on her birthday. And yeah, it wasn't like hand through the cake, but it was hands scraping the icing off the top of the cake and shoving it in her mouth. So it still definitely was not a clean process, but it wasn't cake all over the place.
It's funny when we were singing to her happy birthday. She knows it was cake. She's had cake first time when she was 6 months. She was just getting impatient. So started whining while we were in mid the happy birthday song to her. She was like, "Come on, just give it to me."
Because of course we've got a candle on it, and the candle's lit, so we don't want it, close enough to where she can burn herself. So I'm standing off a little bit with the cake, and she's just like leaning forward more and more, like,
I know that's
hello.
food. I know that's something sweet.
Like
Before my bedtime, give it to me.
And actually, like halfway through the song, she looks at Izzy like, "How long is this song?
Right.
Can I get this cake or what?" So yeah, we were a little bit concerned because it was, what would you say that was, like a 6-inch round cake maybe?
Yeah.
It was like a 6-inch round cake, and she probably ate half of the top of the frosting off before getting about a handful of cake. So I was like, oh man, she's never gonna sleep. But her sugar rush crashed quickly. So we have been dealing with like some rashes. It kind of looks like eczema, but we don't know if it's eczema. She's got her doctor's appointment next week, or in a couple weeks, on June 1st.
Oh, I'm in Charlotte then.
She's got her doctor's appointment on June 1st. So we'll have the doctor take a look at it. We sent pictures and said, hey, do you think this is an emergency? We haven't heard back yet, so
I guess it's not.
It's not an emergency. But we got some of the Eucerin eczema cream. And it seems to be doing okay. The big thing is she gets a big rash on one cheek and a smaller one on the other, and then a couple patches on her arms. It doesn't seem to bother her too bad. She's not like itching at it or pulling at it or anything like that. And she doesn't like cry or anything when you touch it or rub any cream on it. So I don't think it bothers her. It's just more like cosmetic looking. But regardless, I think though that the part that worries me on her cheek is that there's a defined circle around the rash, a circle rash around a rash outline. So what do you think has been the most, for you, what's been the most memorable part about this first year? Can you think of anything? I was trying to think about it yesterday.
I think for me, seeing when she was a couple of weeks shy of being 8 months, seeing her pull herself up for the first time, trying to figure it out, because she has a little playpen. The playpen has little clouds that are like little peekaboo holes. She tried to figure out, oh, this is slower, this is going to help me, stand up better, and I'll reach for this one too. Just seeing that happen, that was it. And then the first time that she kind of spoke, she was 6 months that day. We were in Virginia. She was in the back with me, and she just said dad, 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 dad. The first time she didn't stop talking since then. Those were the first two. Those were the two things that's most memorable for me.
I think for me it was the first time that I felt her hug me.
Oh.
Like that whole body clench that she did. Just because, not so much, for me it wasn't so much like, oh, hey, you're somebody I'm supposed to care for, as much as thinking like she understands the concept of a hug, or like she has the personality that understands compassion.
Right, and thank God, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Versus like, I don't know. Well, anyways, this video will be a little bit longer because we'll include all of her birthday stuff in there.
Be in the pool for the first time.
Yeah, pool for the first time. So, so bear with us and hope you enjoy, and we'll see you in Florida. Bye bye.